Good morning, students. Hope you are all doing good. Staying at home, must have revised the topics you had already learnt in your previous class. Today, we are going to learn about a topic in chemistry, chemical reactions and equations. First, we know what is a chemical reaction. It is a process that leads to the transformation of one set of chemical substance to another. So, chemical substances completely transform into the other substances. So, here these chemical reactions, the change that only involve the positions of electrons in the forming and breaking of chemical bonds between atoms with no change to the nuclei and can often be described by a chemical equation. Now we see some examples of chemical reactions in our day-to-day life. You all must have observed when your mother is cooking. So raw materials are cooked here, completely changed substance you will get to eat. So cooking is a chemical reaction. Then respiration. When we respire, oxidation reaction takes place. The food which gets digested in the body that reacts with the oxygen we respire and then oxidation reaction takes place, isn't it? Energy is released. So this is also an example for chemical reaction. One more example is rusting of iron. When iron is left out, it absorbs the water from the atmosphere and then here iron reacts with the oxygen in the atmosphere and forms the iron oxide, that is what you call as rusting. Then formation of curd. When a little curd is added to warm milk, you see after some time, after 3-4 hours, you can observe that curd is formed. It is also a chemical reaction taken care by bacteria. One more example is leaves. Before they fall, leaves change their color. They wither and they fall down. And evolution of gas. When something materials burn along with the smoke, carbon dioxide gas is also evolved. So these are some of the examples of chemical reactions. I hope you all have observed all these examples. Okay, children. Next, we proceed to chemical equations. All the chemical reactions are represented in the form of a chemical equation. This is the symbolic representation of a chemical reaction. So in the form of symbols and formulae. Just now I have given you an example. Iron reacts with oxygen. Iron oxide is formed. In the same way, magnesium reacts with oxygen and magnesium oxide is formed. So the substances that undergo the chemical change are called as the reactants and the new substances formed after the chemical reaction are called as the products. So the reactants and products are connected with an arrow symbol. So all the chemical equations you must have observed this. This chemical equation. That means word equations. First of all, let us know about the word equation. Word equation means it shows change of reactants to products through an arrow placed between them. The reactants are written on the left hand side with a plus sign between them. Similarly, products are written on the right hand side with a plus sign between them. The arrowhead points towards the product and shows the direction of the reaction. This is how a chemical reaction is represented in the form of an equation. This is called as chemical equation. Next, skeletal equation. Chemical equations should always be balanced. That means the reactants in the left hand side, the molecules should be equal to the products in the right hand side. That is what you call as a balanced chemical equation. Always when the reaction takes place, we just write an equation that may be unbalanced equation. So unbalanced equations are always called as skeletal equations. What do you call them as? They are known as skeletal equation. An unbalanced equation is a skeletal equation. Then you have to balance the given equation. Let us see what is a balanced equation. Always, as I told you, the chemical equation needs to be balanced. So, it follows the law of conservation of mass. Once you just recollect what is law of conservation of mass. What is law of conservation of mass? Matter can neither be created nor destroyed. So, here also, when products are formed from the reactants, isn't it? You see that there won't be any change in their mass. So, same amount of mass will be there in the products, reactants and products also. So, here law of conservation of mass applies. So, a balanced chemical equation occurs when the number of different atoms of elements in the reactant side equal to that of the products side. So, reactants are always equal to products in the form of mass. How to balance an equation? Actually, an example is shown here. Observe carefully. A reaction between methane. What is methane? It is an organic product. CH4, its formula is CH4, and oxygen. When methane reacts with oxygen, it produces carbon dioxide and water. CH4 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus H2O. So when you read a chemical equation, the arrow should be always read as gives rise to. Gives rise to. CH4 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus H2O. So the number of atoms are given on left hand side and the number of atoms which are present on the right hand side are also given. Carbon 1 1 equal. Hydrogen left hand side there are 4 and right hand side there are 2. And oxygen left hand side 2 and right hand side 3. So this reaction is a combustion reaction. Combustion means what, children? Burning. When combustion takes place, energy is released, heat is also released, isn't it? So a compound reacts with oxygen and produces carbon dioxide and water. Always in a combustion reaction, when the heat is evolved, carbon dioxide gas comes out and water is also given out. So this technique is to balance the carbon first. Carbon atoms you have to balance first. Any equation which is given to you, when you start balancing, please proceed this process. First carbon atoms are to be balanced. Then the hydrogen atoms and then the oxygen atoms. Once again I tell you. So the reaction, the example which is given, the reaction between methane and oxygen is carbon dioxide and water are formed. So it is a combustion reaction. Carbon dioxide and water are given out as end products. And this technique of balance to chemical reaction is, first you have to balance the carbon atoms and then the hydrogen atoms and then the oxygen atoms. So carbon atoms are already balanced 1 1. So we look at the hydrogen atom. There are 4 hydrogen atoms on the reactant side and 2 hydrogen atoms on the product side. Is it not? So to balance them, we put a coefficient of 2 in front of H2O. That becomes now 2H2O. Isn't it? Now see, the hydrogens are balanced. Left hand side there are 4 hydrogens and right hand side also there are 4 hydrogens. Carbon is already balanced, hydrogen is balanced, and oxygens are yet to be balanced now. Now hydrogen is balanced. Now observe the oxygen. Oxygen here we have to, left hand side there are 2 oxygens and right hand side there are 4 oxygens. So hydrogen atoms are now balanced. Due to the coefficient of 2 in front of H2O, there are a total of 4 oxygen atoms on the product side. To balance the oxygen atoms on both the sides, we put a coefficient of 2 in front of oxygen. That becomes 2O2. So now the chemical equation is totally balanced. CH4 plus 2O2 gives rise to CO2 plus 2H2O. So now see the balancing of all the atoms. Carbon both the sides 1 and hydrogen both the sides 4 and oxygen also both the sides 4. Now this is a balanced chemical equation. And some of the examples are given here, children. When ethylene reacts with hydrogen, that temperature is 250 degrees to 300 degrees centigrade. Then C2H6 is given, that is ethane is given. Ethylene and ethane, these are all organic products only, organic compounds they are called. And next, nitrogen reacts with oxygen gives rise to nitric oxide, that is NO. N2 plus O2, NO. Here you must have observed G is given in the brackets. G is nothing but gas. Gas is always represented by G. Okay, then L is represented. That means we write L to some of the compounds like water. That is L means liquid. And sometimes we write S that represents solid. Okay, next one is carbon dioxide reacts with water. It forms C6H12O6, that is glucose. You must have observed this in photosynthesis reaction. So in this reaction, oxygen is also formed as an end product. Then ammonium nitrate at 170 to 240 degrees gives rise to, this is a type of reaction, isn't it? That gets decomposed into N2O, nitrous oxide and 2H2O. This is called decomposition reaction. So ammonium nitrate, isn't it? And it gets decomposed into N2O and 2H2O, that is nitrous oxide plus water. Okay, children. So these are the chemical reactions and chemical equation. That means the symbolic form of chemical reaction is called as chemical equation. Then how to write a chemical equation and what are the parts of a chemical reaction and how to balance a chemical reaction also we have learnt. Is it, children? I hope it is very clear to you. If you don't understand, once again you just go through this video, okay, and try to listen and you will come to know what it is. And in this class, along with this video, you will be receiving a worksheet also. And in the next class, I'll be explaining you the types of chemical reactions and different types of chemical reactions with examples. And then in the third video, you will be seeing the activities, different chemical reactions which we can do easily in the lab. I'll be just showing you, isn't it? So you can see them, and whatever notes or activities given, I expect you to answer them. Thank you, children.